can't be free. Everybody wanna judge, say I'm a thug, I'm a player, I'm a simple, why I can't be me? When I walk up in the store, all the Karens get to staring at me. Put my heart in my music, it's still on my sleeve. Everybody been portrayed.
So fam, what's the word? It's your boy Spiritual Trey, and it is now episode 72 of the Soulful Thoughts blog. And today we're gonna be talking about natural atmospheres versus crafted atmospheres. This is a part 2 to my last video. If you haven't seen it, it was basically talking about human purpose and how we construct atmospheres, how our mind is an atmosphere, and how all of our minds come together to form greater atmospheres that have even greater influences on us. And I was talking about how the human purpose is to be within influenced atmospheres and still be able to construct our own individualistic, one-of-a-kind, unique atmosphere that influences the other atmospheres around us. So before we dive into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If y'all want to see y'all boy in the algorithm, let's dive right into it. Now, what is an atmosphere? I explained it in my last video, right? The Google definition is a pervading tone or atmosphere over a situation, place, or a person. Okay. So what is a natural atmosphere? A natural atmosphere is, for example anyway, nature. Anytime you go to the beach or go to a forest preserve or anywhere where nature is surrounded, it could be your garden and your backyard, you are getting the natural, you're feeling the natural vibrations coming from the atmosphere of the planet, right? The atmosphere of nature. We also form natural atmospheres when humans or whatever other species come together and react with each other, right? They can naturally form if there's no, spirit with intent creating the atmosphere. That's what you would call a crafted atmosphere, right? Like a crafted atmosphere would be something like, for example, your job. Whoever, your corporate owner, whoever created your job, they came up with, a higher thought of how the culture would be within that job. And from that thought, it trickled down to the managers and the workers, and everybody adapted to this higher thought that the person who created the job created, and it created an atmosphere within the job. Everyone now knows how they are expected to act and react within this environment that we call the job. So it's a crafted atmosphere. Okay, so now that we know the difference between natural atmospheres and crafted atmospheres, let's talk about the crafted atmosphere that we all have been enslaved under for over 100 years. They call it the economy or the money system or, social classes. There's a certain group of people who run the world. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of them. The people who watch my videos, y'all smart. So I'm pretty sure y'all heard of, the people. Some people call them the 10%. Some people call them the elites. There's a fraternity called, they might call them Masons. Whatever you identify them as, most others will call it the government, right? The people who run in this world. The people who have a fetish with governing our mental has created a certain atmosphere over the world that we all are enslaved with under. Once again, it's called the economy, the money system, social classes, shit like that. So how did they entrap us within this atmosphere? Well, what is an atmosphere? An atmosphere is a pervading tone or a mood over a situation or a place, right? That's what Google says. A pervading tone or a mood over a situation or a place. And I said in my last video that a mood is basically what? A collection of reactionary thoughts and feelings. So what the people who've been, running this world, what they've done is clear that they've been studying human psychology a lot longer than any of us as individuals, right? Obviously, right? Because they the ones that teach psychology. If you want to learn the psychology, most of the more than likely you're gonna have to go through them to learn it. So it's clear that they got a psychological edge on us. because they've been able to sit back, study human psychology, and pass the information down throughout their lineage for hundreds of years. So now they've gotten to a point to where they have a very vast understanding of human psychology and how we react to certain situations. So they create situations, create environments, create atmospheres to influence our thoughts and feelings to create the certain type of characters that they want running their society. What is the overall atmosphere? Once again, the economy, the money system, the survivalistic mindset. That is the atmosphere of the world nowadays. Because obviously, in order to make it in life and on any level, you got to get that money, right? We got to go out here and hustle. Some of us got more opportunities than others, depending on what area you in. But I am going to attack each social class to let you know, no matter how much you have or how little you don't have, we all are in the same position spiritually. So I'm going to start off with the poor, my people. I'm going to start off with y'all. The people who might have grew up in the hood or just in any struggle of a situation. Financial situation, financial struggle. Anyone who grew up in a financial struggle or in the hood or in the projects or anything like that. Obviously, it's obvious what the system does to us, right? I just said it. It puts us in that survivalistic mindset to where, yeah, if it's not enough jobs hiring or the jobs not paying enough for us to actually live the way that we want to live, it might call for someone to, end up robbing someone, end up stealing from someone. Murder might happen as a result of that. Not to mention, it seems like every time someone from the bottom tries to rise, get the community together so we can all work together to climb up in society, we get wiped off some type of way, right? Black Panthers, Wall Street, Larry Hoover, free Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford. If y'all didn't know, GD stands for growth and development. Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford, their whole plan, their whole ideology was getting the community together, the warriors within the community together to protect the community. Look at the gang banging nowadays, right? Look at what it turned into once they, put that agenda against those people and got them locked up. Look at what happened to gang banging. They completely changed the whole ideology to their ideology, right? In some areas, you still got structure with the gangs, but it's kind of like everyone has their ideology of wanting to take over the most land, right? Battling over who block it is. That sounds like some colonizer thinking, right? Or if you're in Chicago like I am, it ain't no structure. It's just about who you click up with and shit like that. Niggas just being, stupid and killing each other just off, some silly little dumb little school beef or whatever that turned into some real aggressive beef when somebody got killed or whatever. That's what's going on in Chicago. It ain't no type of order at all. It's just whoever you clicked up with. But I know in a lot of other places it's structure, but y'all got some colonizer mentality going on. Instead of, trying to build up your community, you kind of like breaking them down. Instead of protecting them, you killing them. So they got us living backwards in so many ways because of the atmosphere that they placed over us. This economy that's influencing our character to value, material over morals. They literally have our whole minds trapped inside of their world. So if we were to die right now, and I'm still on the people at the bottom, if we still were to die right now, and let me not say we, if a lot of y'all were to die right now, y'all minds would still be trapped inside this atmosphere because the whole way you look at life is through the lens that they created. You value material that they created. Your whole purpose for for every talent you develop is centered around their system that they created, gaining what you can gain from their system. You're not interested in the spiritual wealth you're getting from it. They got you interested in this fake ass physical wealth. And even if you want to come to, even if you're one of them people that might be in our situation, but you going a higher road, like you might be trying to find a certain religion or a spirituality that can keep your mind in a healthy in a healthy space. Even though you're in a very sick area, you're trying to keep your mind in a healthy space. They got that set up too. They created, where y'all think all these religions come from, man? Y'all know I don't get on here and trash y'all beliefs usually, but where y'all think they come from? Who making money off y'all churches? Education. You want to go get some education? More than likely, you're going to have to go through them to actually get the credit for that education, right? I can know just as much as a college professor, but I would never get the credit of a college professor if I don't have a degree, right? So that's another route they got took over. Education, business. If I want to be an entrepreneur, it's going to be very hard for my business to grow without, shaking certain hands, making certain sacrifices. You feel me? Having to go through them for loans. Shit like that. Getting my business promoted. Certain things I might have to do that goes against my morals and principles to get that shit done in business. Same thing goes for the entertainment industry. We all know what they say going on in Hollywood, right? I ain't got to speak on that. So it's like no matter what area you try to take, no matter what path you try to take to do what I said in my last video, which is, try to construct your own unique character, influence, the ones around you, build your legacy so you can build your mind for the next lifetime. It seems like every area you take, every area you try to attack, they got that shit sold up. So before I get to the solution, let me go to the upper class people now. Let's be real. Most of the people who think they have it all are dead inside. Because look, being born into wealth, that sounds great, right? Oh yeah, that sounds real great. But when you born into such a comfort zone, it makes it that much harder to get out of that comfort zone and actually grow. When you born in such a comfort zone, it's hard for you to relate to the rest of the world, because best believe whatever nice neighborhood you in is very small compared to the rest of the world's logic. If you are sheltered minded, you're not gonna have the durability to go through trial and tribulation. Being sheltered can make you a very weak spirit. So it's a yin and a yang to everything. In the physical, you probably don't have anything, right? You can be broke as hell in the physical compared, in societal standards, you can be broke as hell in the physical, right? But spiritually, you can be rich as fuck. I'm a perfect example of that. I don't got it figured out financially. No bullshit, y'all. But I got enough spiritual durability to go through whatever experiences life throw at me. I got a spiritual eye to see every angle of whatever situation I'm in. So I can always find a side of mental clarity, even through chaos. So how am I not rich spiritually? When there's nothing that can dampen my spirit, that can put me in a darkness or depression, anything like that. The type of energies you think you would get being rich is the energies I actually have. And the people who so-called rich are broke as hell spiritually. Let's be honest. These people are broken. A lot of them did some weird shit to get the money that they got. And even if they didn't do no weird shit, like I said, being sheltered or being born in a comfort zone makes it that harder to not only relate, but it makes it that much harder to have the durability to sustain what real life can throw at you. Why y'all think, rich teenagers are the people who kill themselves the most? Because they grow up getting everything they want handed to them. The second they reach a little trial and tribulation in their life, they can't handle it. And off themselves. You feel me? That's not to be insensitive to what they got going on, but y'all know what I'm saying is real. So, I say that to say this. It's clear that the atmosphere that they've created, no matter how high or low you are in their social ladder, you are being negatively affected by the atmosphere that they've created. And you're trapped in this atmosphere because they have you fooled into thinking their atmosphere is the actual atmosphere of life. The economy is fake. Money is fake. Social classes, all that shit is fake. That's all human. That's human perception. No other species has a goddamn economy. No other species has a money system. You feel me? That's all demonic ass human thinking. So in order to free yourself spiritually, you got to free yourself from the survivalistic mind state that they try to trap us in with this atmosphere that they call the economy. And then look, I'm gonna just say this for my religious people, right? Because one thing I learned throughout life is you're not gonna snatch somebody out their belief no matter what the hell you say. Like, it got to be an experience that really like slap that spirit out of that spell, right? Most of the time anyway. So I'm not trying to get y'all to escape religion. I'm gonna give y'all a better way of looking at it. So let's say you are religious, right? And you going down the path to where you can maybe see yourself being a pastor, or, you know, you're just very wise in your religion, right? You can see yourself possibly teaching it. My whole thing is with this video, why go through their system to spread your message? Especially if you're the type of person that sees all the flaws in the way that the matrix is set up. Like, you smart enough to see all the things, you know, all the mental cages that the government set up for us to be trapped in. If you smart enough to see these things, but you know, you still got this attachment to your religion, you can still be in your religion, but do it under your own power instead of feeding your power to their system. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go be a pastor at their church. You can make your home a church or whatever, and invite people over to get your message, or rent out you a space. Don't even call it a church or whatever. So, call it something else and have people come over and you get them their message. I don't know. But it's so many ways you can get creative to spread your message yourself. You don't have to spread it through their system. It's just like if you're a teacher. You don't got to teach in their damn school system, especially if you know the shit that they teaching is bullshit. Like, if you're a history teacher, you know the shit that they teaching is bullshit, and you rather teach something that's more close to your heart. Why not do what I'm doing? Shit, start a YouTube channel, become a content creator, teach the real history. Or goddamn, like I say, get in your community, host events. The first event might only be 1 or 2 people there, but the more you keep doing them, and the more that you have the spiritual strength to not, you know, search for validation and, you know, get that fulfillment just from doing it, trust me, that the power and the strength of you doing that is going to create a little vortex that suck other spirits to your space. Who is this powerful ass spirits having these beautiful ass Christian speeches every weekend? Oh shit, I ain't know we got something like this going on. I mean, I like church, but he in here keeping it real. Let me go see what he got to do. Or who is this history teacher in here teaching the real history? You feel me? It's so much more power in doing that anyway. You'll feel so much better than, you know, clocking in to do some shit for somebody else. You feel me? So that just put, you know, just to put a little seed in y'all head. It's up to you to plant it though. It's your boy Spiritual Trey signing out. Remember, you are not your mind, family. You are the spirit that's forming. Oh yeah, before I finish it. And if you in the entertainment industry, there's nothing wrong to sign into a label, but make sure you approach that meeting, that first label meeting, with leverage. How do you get leverage? You need people. You need the community behind you. So if you haven't even built a community, a nice little fan base, don't even accept no offer from a label. Trust me, they trying to 360 you anyway. Don't even accept no offer. Build your community first. Get you some leverage. Find a lawyer. Actually educate yourself on the music business and financial literacy. All that type of shit. And then you can go approach the label with, you know, more awareness, more security. You feel me? A little more leverage to get something that's actually fair. If you're going to sell your craft, at least get your worth back. I'd rather y'all not sell it, stay independent and do your thing. But if you're going to sell your craft, at least make sure you get your worth. But yeah, that's all I had to say. It's your boy Spiritual Trey signing out. Remember, family, you are not the mind. You are the spirit that's forming and creating your mind. So take your time, form and create your mind, and realize that there's a pervading atmosphere over the world that's helping everyone create their mind from a survivalistic mindset. Don't fall into the trap. Don't fall into the material over morals trap that they try to set for us. Be your own man, be your own woman, be your own person, live your own truth. It's your boy Spiritual Trey signing out. Love you, family.
On the beat, start preaching. Feel no evil, see no evil, but peep it. I don't aim for the stars, I want leeches. And the snake spawn, I'ma kill the whole species. Rest in peace to all the peaceful preaching. The youngest wildin', but they say they evil, that's kinda reaching. Who really controlling the way you thinking? Find the truth.